Hello and welcome. My name is Carrie. I am with Nothing Pink. We are located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We're glad that you're here today, and we're a nonprofit that brings awareness and education to hereditary breast and GYN cancers and provides support for individuals at high risk. And today we have Ava Barwick with us. Hey, Ava.
Hi. Thank you so
I'm
much
so
for
glad
having
you're,
me.
yeah, I'm so glad you're here with us today. And Ava has been a joy to get to know over the last couple years. And she's going to talk with us today about lymphatic massage and the services that she offers. So, Ava, give us a brief introduction to you and how you got involved in this work.
Yeah, so my name is Ava Barwick. I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with stage 2 triple negative IDC in February of 2024. I underwent 6 months of chemotherapy, um, surgery, and yeah, that's kind of how I got connected with Nothing Pink. You guys really helped me out during a very difficult time in my life. And what really brought me to lymphatic drainage work was my background as a licensed massage therapist for 12 years. I was MLD or manual lymph drainage certified, but I really wanted to get more of an education, a deeper education in the lymphatics because knowing that I was going to have lymph nodes removed, I knew that I was going to be at a higher risk for lymphedema, and I wanted to learn how to protect myself and spread the word and bring more education to people who need it. Yeah.
Yes, well, and that's what brings us here today. So, we want to do just a brief overview and give a little introduction to lymphatic massage. So, I have a couple questions for you. So,
Yeah.
what are the key benefits of lymphatic massage for those who've had procedures like a mastectomy or lymph node removal?
So, with procedures like mastectomies and lymph node removal, you're at an increased risk for lymphedema, even if you have only had one lymph node removed. The way that I like to kind of paint the picture is if you are working at an office job and our lymph nodes are all of our workers, right? If one day half of our workers got fired, maybe not that day, you wouldn't be overworked, even if the work stays the same. But over time, you're going to become overworked, tired, and that's basically what lymphedema
Backed up.
is. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what lymphedema is. It's not
Yeah.
this like super, you're going to wake up with a huge arm one day. It is a very slow progressive disorder, and there are so many ways that you can help prevent and manage early symptoms and signs of lymphedema. Um, and so lymphatic drainage specifically will help the reaccumulation of the lymph fluid back into the system, and it helps pick up all the proteins that get leaked into our interstitial spaces or the spaces in between our tissues every day, which proteins are hydrophilic, meaning they're water loving, so they cause extra
Mm,
leakage into the interstitial spaces, right? So,
right.
um, with lymphatic drainage, the way that we stretch the skin and basically promote the body to reaccumulate the fluid will help pick up the protein and in turn lessen some of the leakiness of your blood vessels, basically. So
And
that,
in turn, reduce
yeah,
that swelling, right?
exactly.
To
Right.
move that fluid.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, one question that kind of goes along with that is at what stage should individuals start to seek lymphatic massage if they have had a mastectomy or a lumpectomy? Do they need doctor approval before they can start seeing someone like you?
So, doctor approval is always great, especially if you're on the fence and you just want to be 100% safe. But because MLD or lymphatic drainage is so light, as long as you're going to a certified lymphedema therapist or somebody that is highly trained in post-cancer surgeries, you should be fine. I mean, even 48 hours post-surgery, especially if you are feeling very heavy and you have a lot of swelling after your surgery.
Mm,
Um, and even if you can't make it in that early, at any point where you feel like you are starting to get heaviness in your arm or you're starting to notice swelling in your breast or in, your trunk area, you can come in and get lymphatic drainage and that will help. That's part of the system for lymphedema care, right? MLD, compression, and exercises. That's how we take care of lymphedema and get you back
good,
to your regular self again.
good, good. Okay, great. So, for someone who's new to lymphatic massage, what should they expect during a session?
So, contrary to popular belief, lymphatic drainage is not technically massage, right? So it is very, very light. So a lot of people, when they hear massage, they think of kneading, they think of deep tissue work. With lymphatic drainage, it is very, very superficial and it is very relaxing. Um, One of the things that I really love about lymphatic drainage is it kind of gives you a moment to reconnect with your body, reconnect with yourself, and just relax and be taken care of. There shouldn't ever be a point where you are in pain during that session at all. So, especially post-cancer treatment, it is so nice to just have gentle, loving touch instead of, pokes and prods and machines and, all the things
Yeah,
that go along with cancer care.
right. Okay. And how often is it recommended for ongoing support if someone starts seeing you or a lymphatic therapist? What is usually the cadence of visits there?
So it really depends per individual and how what part of their journey they're on and how soon after surgery they come in. So if we get somebody in who is very fresh post-op and is getting on top of their swelling and it's not letting it get to a point where it needs to be a corrective thing, then you can come in. You'll have to come in a little bit more frequently at the beginning, but then you can come in every 3, 4, 5 months and just do more of a
Okay.
maintenance routine versus if somebody is diagnosed with lymphedema and then seeks out a CLT or a lymphatic therapist. um, the first about 2 months, you're coming in like 3 to 5 times a week with along with compression and wrapping
Okay.
and exercises. So
Okay.
it's good to stay on top of and very beneficial if you are aware of swelling early on so it doesn't get to a point where it has to be corrective and it can just
Right.
be preventative.
That's yes. Uh, Comparing those two
Yeah.
options of getting in early, starting to get that movement before it becomes a big backup, like
Yes.
your analogy, right? Of like if
Yeah,
you don't address the backup in the factory,
exactly.
then you're going to have a whole truckload that is behind.
Yes.
So that makes a lot of sense. And then you have a lot more work to do once you've been diagnosed with lymphedema to try to get the body doing its natural thing again.
Yeah, definitely. And
Really good
lymphedema,
explanation.
yeah, and lymphedema is sounds really scary, but it can be managed. It can't be cured right now yet. There's a lot of different new trials and surgeries that they're doing. So right now it can't be cured, but it can be really well managed.
Okay.
So it is scary and it sounds scary, but you can live a quality life with the proper care.
Yes. And that's so important. Proper care, as you mentioned, someone that is specialized and licensed. So thank you so much. Ava's business is called Rooted Bodywork and Lymphatics,
Yes.
and she is amazing. I have gone to her and definitely had a lot of ladies that we work with use her as well. So reach out to Nothing Pink. We'd be glad to support and connect you. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank
Ava.
you. Thank you.